the baby's howls faded into squishy, blubbery sobs. "Shh, don't cry, little buddy." All babies looked the same to him, but this one had a blue beanie on his head and a blue blanket dotted with panda bears tucked around his body. His sister always dressed her daughter in pink just so everyone would know she was a girl. The baby hiccuped and put a knuckle in his mouth, his blue, watery eyes wide. "That's it, little buddy. I ain't gonna leave you out here for long." He retrieved a crumpled tissue from the front pocket of his jeans and dabbed the baby's damp cheeks and runny nose. He didn't bother to blot the blood spots on the blanket. Then he shoved his hand into his cheap jacket and withdrew a plastic bag, whispery smooth between his fingers. He wiped off his fingerprints with the edge of his shirt and, still pinching the bag with fingers poked into his shirt, leaned over the dead girl and tucked the bag of dance fever in her purse. The bullet hadn't touched the strap. It remained crossed over her body, soaked with the blood still oozing from her chest. "Just a few more minutes, little buddy." He dipped into his pocket once more and pulled out the burner phone they'd given him. They should have said something about the baby at the same time. He flipped open the phone and called 911. When the operator answered, he pitched his voice low and scratchy. "Yeah, there's a baby in a car seat down by the lake all by himself. Looks abandoned." "Where are you, sir? Is the baby hurt?" He gave the operator directions to the gravel road snaking beside the lake, flipped the phone shut, and walked back to his boat, whistling the lullaby. Chapter 1. Humming off key, Aria punched the elevator button with her knuckle and then wiped her clammy palms on the thighs of her black slacks. When the doors whispered open, she stepped inside the car and released a breath as she stared at her mottled reflection on the elevator doors. She slid her finger beneath the elastic band that held her hair back and pulled it out. She shook her head to loosen the strands over her shoulders. The ponytail begged, "Take me seriously." She didn't need props to get that message across to her coworkers. She shrugged out of her black wool coat, leaving the purple scarf twined around her neck. Squaring her shoulders, she said aloud, "Oh, the scarf? Too busy to notice I still had it on." She snorted and unwound the scarf, leaving two purple-fringed ends hanging to her waist. The elevator dinged, and she stood at attention until the doors opened on the 7th floor. Hiking her laptop case on her shoulder, she strode down the hallway to the conference room, the heels of her black boots clicking on the floor in a steady, confident beat. The door to the conference room yawned open on a large space with a gleaming oval table in the center and two large video screens on either side of the room. A smaller desk hunched in the corner, overflowing with a laptop, an abundance of cords, and a variety of AV equipment. The only other person in the room, a curvaceous, bottled blonde with a colorful clip in her hair, hovered over the computer. With a flash of red lipstick, she gave Aria a quick smile and a wink and returned to her work. Director Alana Suzuki, smart in a navy pantsuit with a snowy white blouse, barreled through the door. "You made it." She thrust out her hand to Aria, her eyes gleaming behind translucent framed glasses. "Welcome aboard. I'll do the introductions when everyone gets here. Take any seat around the table." "Director Suzuki." Aria gripped the older woman's hand, giving as good as she got. "Glad to be here." "Alana, please." She ran a hand through her short black hair, unapologetically peppered with gray. "We're an informal bunch here." The woman tapping away at the computer called out, You may want to revise the invitation to take any seat. There's no assigned seating, but everyone always claims the same spot. Habit or security?" Alana waved her hand at the other woman. "Don't pay any attention to Opaline. She's our tech guru, and her mind works in mysterious ways. Opaline, this is our new team member, Aria Calletti. Aria, Opaline Lopez." Opaline raised her hand and wiggled her fingers, her long nails matching the red of her lips. Aria cleared her throat. "Nice to meet you." With Opaline's words about the seating hanging in the air, Aria folded her arms across her bag and wedged a shoulder against the wall. She didn't want to ruffle anyone's feathers on her first day.